there, Christina here, and welcome to the Becoming Wives show. It is the place to explore the inner work needed to help recover and engage your soulful essence. Now remember to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you can keep up to date with our weekly content. So I read a story recently about a man who went to a tailor to fit and purchase a suit. And as he was there with the tailor fitting, he looked in the mirror and he noticed a problem. The bottom of the vest was uneven, so of course he brought the problem to the tailor's attention, to which the tailor replied, "Oh, don't you worry about it. You can just hold on the shorter end with your left hand. No one will ever notice." So they continued the fitting, and the customer saw yet another problem. The lapel of his jacket was turned up instead of lying flat. And to that, the tailor said, "Oh, that's all right. Just turn your head around a little like this and hold it down with your left chin." The customer did as he was told with the problems, but then he noticed that the inseam of the pants was short and that the rise was a little too tight. To this, the tailor said, "Oh, don't you worry about that. You can just pull the inseam down with your right hand and everything will be perfect." The customer agreed to do that, and he purchased the suit. So, the next day the man went out wearing his suit and doing all of the things that the tailor had told him to do. He had one hand holding down the short side of the jacket, the other hand holding the crotch area of the pants, and his chin was holding down the lapel. And as he was limping past a group of men, they stopped and watched him in pity, and one of them said, "Oh, look at that poor crippled man." And the other one said, "Yes, the crippling is really bad, but I wonder where did he get such a nice suit?" After reading that story, I stopped and reflected as usual. And I saw how many times in my life I've been that man, the customer. And as I read the story, I was alarmed that with all the problems that the customer brought up, he still purchased the suit. In reflection, I saw how many experiences I've had with people and ventures and things that I acquired while there were so many red flags, but I still pursued, I still acquired. I was adamant at getting it that I accepted ridiculous reasoning, made excuses, or like the tailor in the story, came up with, "Oh, that's no problem, here is a way around it." And I reflected on how much that crippled me, my business, my relationships, my spirituality, and every other aspect of my life. But on the outside, I looked great. Things looked good. It appeared that things were happening, but what was happening on the inside was crippling. And it wouldn't be too long before that started to reflect outwardly. Let me tell you, there are times that you'll face, and I'm sure that you have already at some point, you'll face a choice of seeming to have it together, and you end up with this strain of putting on, trying to maintain that life or state. It's not worth it. It throws you off balance, not just physically, but psychically. It slowly eats away at your soul. And so sometimes the choices that you need to make, they may not be those which are ideal in the culture or the same path as your peers. They may not fulfill the expectations of your family, but you must do what your soul requires. And there are women who are surviving or who have been surviving or pushing it. They've been walking limp for just about their whole life. But you will hear their deep thoughts when they express themselves. You will hear all they could have, would have, and should have been. You'll hear what they really liked, and if it wasn't for that, they would have pursued. You'll hear we don't all get that choice in life. You'll hear the blood from the sacrifice of their soul pouring out in their words and see it spattering in their sighs and responses to life. And this is not all about some big extravagant dream. Some of the things are so simple. Some will never admit it. Some will downplay it. Some don't even recognize it because they've never truly met themselves, their inner home self. And so, friend, I want to encourage you. I want to challenge and encourage you to seek out a more connected relationship with your instinctual side, to build a home life. Go within more often so that you can recognize the crippling effects of certain choices and external demands so that you can hold conscious energy and make decisions that can sustain your inner and outer life. I really hope that you found these little tips and reminders helpful. You remember to subscribe for the soulful content that I share here every week to empower and encourage and enlighten you on your journey. Now, let me know in the comments if you can identify some situations where you saw red flags, but you pursued even the more, and what resulted from that. Bye-bye for now.